Hi everyone, I'm Marshall Carper, and welcome to Marketing Monday. So anytime we're looking at what the future of marketing is going to be, what some of the new trends and developments are going to be, a lot of times we look to the technology spaces, the technology sectors, industries that are very much affected by innovation, whether that's digital or hardware or software. If you can look at what they're doing, a lot of times what's big in their space today is going to trickle out into other industries in a few months, in a few years. So one of the cool things that I've been seeing in the video gaming space, and if you follow me, you know the video game development is a big part of what we do as an agency and what I do as a professional. In the video game space, there's a live stream service called Twitch. So if you're not familiar, Twitch is basically a service where people play video games and other people watch. So if you don't understand the appeal to that, that's okay. We can talk about that later offline at a different point. But one thing that's happening as these live streamers are streaming, there's a new feature called crowd control. That's where people that are watching the player play the game can actually impact what happens in the game. So if they make a donation, if they meet a certain minimum requirement in their participation in the community, they can deliberately affect what the player experiences. So they can take hearts away, they can add weapons, they can add items. So they get to be a part of the experience that they're viewing. So it goes from being a situation where they're watching something play out in front of them to now they can actually be an active participant in that thing that they're enjoying. So this brand participation has been on the rise since social media became really popular. So when social media opened up, suddenly brands weren't just broadcasters. Suddenly brands were having direct conversations with their customers. Brands were talking back and forth with their customers. And we've seen that expand into crowdfunding, crowdsourcing. And I think this digital idea of this live stream with fans directly impacting what's happening in the live stream is going to have a lot bigger implications than a lot of people realize. So today, with your brand and your marketing, start looking for more opportunities to let your fans participate, to let your best customers participate, to let them have a voice in what's happening, to let them be advocates in what's happening. So whether that's during a live stream, whether that's during events, whether that's during product development, try to engage your customers as much as you can. You might not have a direct analog to what's happening on Twitch, but that philosophy, what's happening there that's making those fans, those customers engaged, is eventually going to become the norm for what customers across the board expect from a brand. And you can be ahead of the game on that if you're smart and if you're creative. So good luck, and let me know how it goes. So thanks for watching Marketing Monday. I'll see you next week.